Today, we're going on a cinematic journey deep inside the human body. We're going to visualize, system by system, how the food on your plate can act like precision medicine, literally upgrading your internal blueprint one meal at a time. So let's dive in.
So let me just start with a question. What if your plate could do more than just fill you up? What if it could relax your arteries just as effectively as a prescription drug, but without all the side effects? I know, it sounds a little like science fiction, right? Well, the data shows this is very real, and it's happening inside our bodies every single day.
To really understand how this all works, we first need to see the problem we're up against. As we get older, our internal systems fall under this silent, constant strain. Things like high blood pressure and rising blood sugar, they just quietly build up day after day. Let's take a look at what that actually looks like inside the body.
Okay, look closely at the vascular system in our 3D model. You see that subtle, pulsing red glow? That represents the constant, elevated pressure pushing on the artery walls. Over time, that relentless force just wears down the heart and damages the delicate inner lining of our blood vessels.
Now, watch what happens to the arteries themselves. They start to lose their natural flexibility. They stiffen up. And when that happens, the heart is forced to work so much harder just to pump blood through the body. This creates a really dangerous cycle of even higher pressure and greater cardiovascular risk. And it's not just our vascular plumbing. Check out these erratic orange signals. They represent our metabolic activity. And what you're seeing here is a visualization of the body's cells as they struggle to process sugar. This leads to these damaging spikes that can harm nerves and blood vessels all through the entire system. But what if we had a toolkit to fix all this? Well, we do. So let's explore our first set of tools, foods that specifically target our body's circulatory plumbing, helping to restore the flow and ease that constant pressure. First up, leafy greens, like spinach. They're packed with nitrates, which our bodies convert into this absolutely crucial molecule, nitric oxide. Now watch the vascular system in the model. As nitric oxide signals the blood vessels to relax and widen, you can literally see them expand. This allows blood to flow so much more smoothly. It's like opening up extra lanes on a jammed-up highway. And this isn't just a cool animation, this is real. A 2015 clinical trial found that people eating spinach every day saw their central systolic blood pressure drop by about 3 mmHg in just 1 week. Now, 3 might sound like a small number, but to your heart, that is a huge relief from its daily workload. Next in our toolkit, we've got garlic. Its active compound allicin has an incredibly potent effect on the cardiovascular system. It's capable of producing a really significant drop in blood pressure. I mean, get this. In a 2010 trial, patients with uncontrolled hypertension who took aged garlic extract saw their systolic blood pressure fall by an average of 10 millimeters of mercury. Let that sink in for a second. That's a reduction that's right up there with some prescription medications. And then there's pomegranate, which offers this amazing triple win. It tackles the physical side by lowering blood pressure and making arteries more flexible, but it also works on a chemical level by reducing cortisol, the body's main stress hormone. And that gets at one of the key root causes of hypertension. Now, this slide is so important because it shows that not all tools are created equal. A 2008 study made it crystal clear. High flavanol dark chocolate delivered huge benefits, like improving insulin sensitivity and relaxing blood vessels. The low flavanol chocolate, it did nothing. This just proves that the power isn't in the chocolate itself, but in the specific compounds found inside the cocoa. Okay, so we've done some work to upgrade the plumbing. Now let's turn our attention to the engine. This next set of tools acts like a metabolic management system, optimizing how our body actually processes its fuel and energy. And the key concept here is something called insulin sensitivity. When we eat berries, for example, their compounds help our cells listen and respond better to insulin's signal. Just watch the blue signals here in our model. See how they become clearer, more efficient? That's the cells unlocking and letting sugar in to be used for energy. This improved sensitivity means that berries can act as a kind of metabolic stabilizer. A 2010 trial was amazing. It showed that even without changing calorie intake, berries help the body process sugar more efficiently, and that prevents those damaging spikes and crashes that we saw earlier. Next up is turmeric. Its active compound, curcumin, has this unique dual power. In the body, it improves insulin sensitivity and fights off oxidative stress. But its benefits also extend all the way up to the brain. A 2020 trial showed it improves blood flow there, enhancing communication between brain cells for better memory and even a better mood.
And here is a brilliant illustration of metabolic efficiency. In a 2011 trial, adults who took a seaweed extract before a carb-heavy meal had an insulin response that was over 12% lower. Think about that. Their bodies managed the exact same amount of sugar with way less effort. That is a crystal clear marker of better metabolic health.
So, we've addressed circulation, we've looked at metabolism. Our final toolkit features foods that act like system guardians. These are the ones offering broad, multi-system benefits that protect and enhance the entire living machine. Take guava, for example. Clinical trials show its impact is just comprehensive. It significantly lowers blood pressure while at the same time, it rebalances your cholesterol. It drops the harmful LDL and boosts the protective HDL. In short, it's a full system tune-up. Now, here's a fascinating finding from just this year, 2024, about nuts. They can actually improve brain insulin sensitivity. This is so critical because your brain is an absolute energy hog. So its ability to efficiently use fuel is crucial for maintaining a sharp memory and protecting against cognitive decline as we get older. All right, our final food really deserves some special attention. The research suggests it's one of nature's most powerful tools for a full system reboot, especially when it comes to cardiovascular health. Back in 2010, a double-blind trial on hibiscus tea came to a really powerful conclusion. This simple drink was found to lower blood pressure almost as effectively as medication. I mean, that is a stunning verdict for something you can just brew in your own kitchen. And its power really comes from a twofold action. First, it contains compounds that act like natural ACE inhibitors, which is a class of drugs used to treat high blood pressure. But that's not all. Another trial showed it dramatically improves cholesterol, raising the protective HDL by over 16% in patients with type 2 diabetes. So as we pull back from our 3D model, the takeaway is crystal clear. The food on our plate has the power to communicate directly with our body's internal systems. And that leaves us with a question. Is your next meal just a simple plate of food, or is it a system upgrade? The choice, as always, is yours.